10 things that I don't want to see in Wave 6 of the Booster Course Pass. Let's just go straight into it. At number 1, I've got circuit tracks. It's circuit tracks. Like, why would we want them in the final wave of this DLC? Like, whether you love the Booster Course Pass or not, you would still want it to end on an extremely strong note. That's not going to be possible if this wave is covered in circuit tracks. Now, the last wave, interestingly enough, didn't have a single circuit track, which is a good sign and has me very optimistic. Don't get me wrong, there are some circuit tracks that are really cool, like Daisy Circuit and practically any circuit from Double Dash. However, like I said, you want the Booster Course Pass to end on a strong note, potentially full of some surprises and some exciting levels. Circuit tracks are not exciting levels, so I'm gonna have to say no to any circuit tracks. The last thing that we want is a Mario Kart DS situation where we finish the whole thing with a circuit track. Like, imagine if the final track of the Booster Course Pass was Figure 8 Circuit. At number 2, I've got Bowser's Castle being absent. We still have yet to see a Bowser's Castle, guys. Like, where is Bowser's Castle? Like, what happened to it? We've had a Rainbow Road, we haven't had a Bowser's Castle yet. I just found that extremely strange. You've gone through, what, the original DLC, and obviously now the Booster Course Pass, and we still only have one Bowser's Castle. On the other hand, we have, what, 4 Rainbow Roads? Potentially a 5th one on the way, hopefully, we'll get to that. That's crazy to me, that's really crazy. We need to end the Booster Course Pass with at least one Bowser's Castle, come on. Even if it is that SNES one that everyone is hoping and praying for, I think that one might look really good in HD actually, and potentially that might be that one hyper detailed track. That is another trend that I'm noticing in each of these waves. But yeah, obviously we can't have the Booster Course Pass and not have a single Bowser's Castle track. Nintendo knows how popular Bowser's Castle tracks are and how important they are to the series. So without spending too long on this point, come on Nintendo, give us something. Some kind of Bowser's Castle track. At number 3, I've got absent Rainbow Road. Again, you would want the Booster Course Pass to end on a super strong note, and Rainbow Road is literally the track to end on. Like, why wouldn't you want to end things on a Rainbow Road? Imagine if we had both Bowser's Castle in Spiny Shell Cup, and then straight after Bowser's Castle, you had Rainbow Road. That would be really sick, and I really hope that they lay it out that way instead of just Bowser's Castle concluding the Acorn Cup and then, you know, Rainbow Road concluding the Spiny Shell Cup. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. At number 4, I've got mostly tracks that have already been remade. This one's quite annoying, and I feel like Wave 5 suffered with this quite a bit with both Cooper Cape and Daisy Cruiser. Both great tracks, by the way, and I practically grew up with both of them, so it's impossible for me to hate them. But at the same time, there are definitely tracks from Double Dash and Wii that I absolutely prefer over these two. And also, I saw these coming from a mile away. Like, we all knew that Daisy Cruiser and Cooper Cape were coming without even looking at leaks. So when it came to the track selection for Wave 5, it just seems like those two tracks were just big sitting ducks that took up space from other tracks that could have been remade for the first time. Obviously like a Wario Coliseum. And maybe even a Daisy Circuit instead of a Daisy Cruiser. I don't know. Like, still leave some popular tracks for the future Mario Kart game, right? You don't want to just throw all of them into the Booster Course Pass blender, so then you have nothing left for Mario Kart 9. You see what I mean? So to me, it's kind of a win-win. We get a track that we haven't played on in years, or it might even be our first time playing it. And then on top of that, the more popular track that you held on to, you can then use that for retro tracks for the future Mario Kart game. Makes sense to me personally. This one may make some of you guys laugh, but at number 5 I've got Honey Queen. Yeah, that specific character. Like, don't get twisted, seeing Wiggler had me super excited because that means yes, we could potentially get Rob. But on the flip side of that, A more recent Mario Kart game is Mario Kart 7, and in Mario Kart 7 lies Honey Queen, a character that nobody asked for, replaced Waluigi in said game, which is absolutely unacceptable, and is an unmemorable character from the game she's in. Why is she a character? My issue is that she's just not a cool character. She's not. And if they bring her back, I don't know who is asking for that. But I swear, if we get Honey Queen over Rob, yeah man, that would just be terrible. But do you know what else is terrible? The fact that 84% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed. What's going on with that? Make sure you hit that big red subscribe button so that you don't miss out on this kind of content. If you love Nintendo and video games, you will love this channel. We're on the road to 2k subscribers, let's get it. At number 6, I've got lack of updates for previous tracks in the Booster Course Pass, like Coconut Mall, Waluigi Pinball, and of course the infamous Sunset Wilds that doesn't sunset for some reason. My issue with Coconut Mall is that we need at least one more car. I thought it was already great that the cars moved, that's a step in the right direction, but it's too easy. We need, please Nintendo, I'm begging you, add one more car so that it's 3, and then I'll be able to die happy, trust me. It annoys me so much that there's only 2 moving cars. We need another one. There's just one area in there that just feels so empty and easy to maneuver, so I just need that sorted ASAP. And then with Waluigi Pinball, it doesn't have its own original music, it's just copy and pasted from Wario Stadium. Now yes, the original Wario Stadium and Waluigi Pinball had the same music, but that was DS times. Come on, like surely you should be able to compose an original theme that best suits Waluigi Pinball. I don't even think that this version of the song even matches Waluigi Pinball. It sounds very stadium-y and electronic, which doesn't really match a pinball machine in my personal opinion. I think they could take advantage of a lot of 8-bit sounds and, you know, video gamey sounds, because a pinball is a game that's in the arcades. It would make a lot of sense, right? So if Nintendo can go back and change things like that, and of course lots of people want Sunset Wilds to actually have the sunset part. Personally, it didn't affect how good the track was for me, but I did think that was a really stupid thing to leave out, considering that this is the title of the track. Okay, at number 7, I've got city tracks from Mario Kart Tour. To be honest, there's so many of them at this point. To be honest, I don't really have an issue with a lot of them, and even the ones that I don't like too much, I don't hate them, I'm just kind of indifferent to them. But I feel like we're at the point now where they're very saturated in the Booster Course Pass. Like listen, if you do a marathon of all of these tracks, you're gonna lose track. Yeah, you see what I did there? Anyway, but still, like it's stress. All of these tracks are stress because, like, well, a lot of them require you to pay attention to the arrows. A lot of them are obviously city based and on the main road. We just don't need any more. I'm pretty sure there are other Mario Kart Tour tracks that are very different, like Athens Dash for example, which recently made it in the Booster Course Pass. I feel like more tracks like that would be great for Wave 6, but please, no more city tracks. Especially if you're going to include something like a Mushroom Bridge, which I know they're going to do. We don't need any more. We don't need any more. At number 8, I've got a lack of new car parts. This one might be a bit of a stretch. I wouldn't say it's an absolute no-no if they left this out, but it would definitely be a missed opportunity and a shame because there seemingly won't be any more waves after this one. So why not just leave us at least, what, one car, one set of wheels and one glider? At least, and that's being generous. Come on, one of each would be quite nice, right? There's plenty to pick from, especially considering that Mario Kart Tour houses a wide variety of what I just said. We all thought that, well, it was only tracks for the Booster Course Pass, but then you proved us wrong by also including characters, so why can't we also get vehicle parts? That would be pretty cool, right? At number 9, I've got a lack of surprises in the retro tracks. More specifically, you know what happens in Peach Gardens on the 3rd lap, where randomly we just drive backwards. You know, stuff like that. I kind of miss it. I wish that we see more of that, because the only other track that I can think of that does that, unless I'm forgetting, is Calamari Desert, where we can actually drive on the track, and that's actually part of the race. I want to see at least one more track to do that. That would be amazing. Possibilities are endless, but like I said, it's an opportunity that Nintendo, I'm hoping and praying that you do not miss. And at number 10, this has been something that I've been wanting for the longest time, especially if you watch my live streams, and that's lack of custom track settings. What do I mean by that? Well, we have custom items, which allows us to select which items we want and don't want in each race. So why can't we select what tracks we want and don't want for online matches? At least in Friends Room, like at least for that, right? Do you know how bad I want to disable Third Circuit? Do you know how bad I want to disable that track? I don't want to play that track ever again in my life. If I can go on there and just click on it and then it just turns to black and white, I can stare at it and go, yes. I don't have to look at this track ever again. And then when people try to troll me online, I don't even have to play it anymore. I'm not even looking at the screen right now because all the trolls are watching me right now. You will not be able to break me with this track. You can't do it. Alright, I refuse to even look at your face. I refuse to even race with you if you think that Third Circuit is a good track. I will disable that track so that it will be physically impossible to play it on my live streams. You can't do it. No more. I'm done. You can't. Comment down below your thoughts on the points that I made in this video, and let me know what you don't want to see in Wave 6 and maybe what you do want to see in Wave 6. What tracks do you want to show up, and how do you want the Booster Course Pass to end? Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.